You are now watching Pangea Music with Ty and Andre on Globesville.
Yeah.
Welcome, world.
Welcome all.
The RZA, SZA, and Emma.
Oh.
What do they all have in common, Andre?
3 letters?
No. They are on an April 10th edition of Pangea Music. I'm Ty Jenkins.
I'm Andre Dowdy. What up?
And also in common with them, their mom did not get them MSN Messenger for
Oh,
Christmas.
damn it.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Did we get Facebook Messenger at least?
Just the app. Okay, so the scale of music memorabilia for the Sane fan this week. But before I begin, we're gonna play 6 songs for you, of course, underneath.
Yeah. A little bit of betting.
Ghostface Killer's 1.
Ghostface Killer. Killer.
Ghostface Killer's 1. Aphex Twin Zetal. The RZA's Fourth Chamber. Aphex Twin's Flim. Another Ghostface Killer track. Poisonous Darts. And Aphex Twin's Loggle / Rock Witch. But yeah, so the scale of music memorabilia for the Sane fan. This week, an anonymous seller came up on the music site Discog, where you can buy and sell vinyls, you know, all of your music,
Discog's
whatnot.
a decent site, yeah.
Yeah,
I dig it.
bought anything on there before?
I haven't bought anything from there, but I like,
Maybe.
if it, like more the obscure things that I can't really find in like iTunes or anything, Discogs usually has.
Yeah.
So.
So Discogs, for anyone who is a collector of sorts. Great website. A version of the Aphex Twin 1994 unreleased album.
Unreleased.
Unreleased Caustic Window showed up on the
Rare.
website for a retail of $13,500. The seller is anonymous, just so everyone knows, so you can't go after this guy. Also, the guy posted a version of the 1995 unreleased EP. Great name, Analog Bubble Bath Volume 5.
Volume 5.
Also
There are
by the Aphex Twin.
5 versions of this bubble bath.
You have that? Holy crap.
Donnie
No.
has it. Switch the camera now.
Yeah.
Get that man on camera.
Yep,
Keep-
move on. This guy has
Aphex
that
Twin
as well.
fan.
Yeah. Really, yeah,
Oh.
that was, and
Oh.
you're not a fan of like anything, but that, yeah.
Richard D. James.
Yeah, that's it. Yes.
He's got all of them. And the weird thing is what, Donnie?
Yeah, we can tell.
What is the weird thing, Donnie? He says. Okay, one of the album covers. Oh man, it's the great. One of the album covers is apparently a gravestone. Oh no. All right,
Man,
this just in. We learned that album cover is not the Aphex Twin man himself, but his brother who died early on. That picture's on his mother's dresser. Forever. He looked at his brother's gravestone
stuff.
forever.
See, this is incredible exclusive
This
stuff
is
that you will only
exclusive.
get at Pangea
This is
Music.
Pangea Music
Pangea
exclusive.
Exclusive. So are you going to? Before we continue, are you going to buy that
Are you gonna pony up $13,000? He says no. Can we see that? Can we see that on camera?
So you're not
no.
that big. So you're not that big a fan.
He's not ponying
Okay.
up $13,000.
This ties into what we're going to say. That was
13,000.
very beautiful.
That was rare.
But
That was
yeah,
wonderful.
unfortunately, the one that Donnie does own, Analog Bubble Bath, actually got removed. He does not want to sell it, apparently. But
It's too rare.
Tying in with more news on memorabilia last week, the Wu-Tang Clan, headed by the RZA.
Wu-Tang.
Yeah, headed by the RZA, released one copy of their new album,
Wu-Tang.
and offers are up to $5 million. So
Wait,
question.
Can we look at the box? Like,
Box
hold
here's
on.
behind us.
Look at how immaculate this package
This is
is.
the reported $5 million version of the one Wu-Tang record. They made a record.
There's
and
one of these.
There's only one.
There's only one on the planet.
And we have a picture of it, so that's worth something.
It's crazy. And then some guy is gonna go out and buy that for $5 million.
So I think the question is, now we're pretty big music fans.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know where I rank on the scale, but I would never pay that much for anything. I would never pay the $13,000, the $5 million definitely not. I wouldn't pay $1,000. I wouldn't pay $100.
Man, paying $20 for an album is rough, dude. Like,
We just sold it.
you gotta get gas, bro.
Like,
Try to go
to
to
these people about music. We won't pay. We barely pay $20.
I
But
pay like $5 max for an album.
well, I guess that's the question. What is the most you would pay?
The most I would pay.
Like
for-
seriously, like if it was the biggest, best
See,
thing.
like here's the thing. Like if it's like a bundle package, like you get like a vinyl, you get a CD, you get like, or it's like a 3-piece CD thing with a vinyl. Like the most I would do is like $50 for like a pack. It's got to be like something
It has
worth
to
it
be
too.
really good.
It's like when you like pre-order a game and they give you like the Ultimate Edition. And they give you like the little figurine, and they give you like the art booklet and everything else. Like that's.
I would say I would probably I'm just gonna stick with 20. I'll probably just stick with.
You just get like the deluxe edition with like the nice artwork.
I mean,
like honestly. I'm more comfortable in obviously the $20 range.
I think that it raises a question though. Wu-Tang's willing to do this. Is it their prerogative as artists to sell this, auction this off for a gross amount? 5 million was reported a few days ago. Now I don't know if it's gone up more or if they even sold it yet. Yeah. So we don't really know where it's going. So is it their prerogative as artists, or is it a selfish thing for them to take?
Like, what do they gain out of selling one copy of this album or making one copy? Like,
we talked.
Why wouldn't?
Does this album even exist?
It doesn't. As far as I know, this is not real.
It exists to the one guy. There's no reason that he would buy it for $5 million and then share it with us.
Yeah,
so
unless he feels like he has the balls to go out and be like, I gotta give this Wu-Tang album to everyone and just leaks it on the internet. But everyone's gonna know it's that one dude who bought the album. There's no like, there's no smoke and mirrors. It's not like, my intern at my record label leaked it.
How would Wu-Tang feel about that?
Yeah, that's also the thing.
Would they say, it's yours now? So I don't know. I don't
know. I feel like if you're gonna make music, you should make it for the world rather than.
Do you think this is a trend that's going to go forward? I suppose.
Honestly, I don't feel like it's a. Well, for making it and then selling just one copy, I mean, maybe someone else. I feel like someone else is gonna have the balls to do it.
And the Quietest, who reported this originally, they were talking. They talked to the RZA about music imitating or going forward, maybe imitating art, because we're obviously losing share, revenue in a lot of different ways. Do you think? I mean. Do you think that that's a good move towards art, so that this kind of thing would become the regular? I mean, we have one album,
I feel like it's different. Like if you have a piece of artwork, I feel like, I don't know. I mean, it kind of is the same thing. If you have, let's say you have an exhibition and you're showing off your pieces, and then afterward you're selling your art pieces. You're never going to see that piece of art again unless someone takes a picture of it and puts it on the internet. So. Theoretically, a lot of the artworks out in the world don't exist to me because A, I've never seen them, or B, if I have seen them, I'm never going to see them again because someone else is going to go and take it, unless it's in a museum or something like that.
So I guess the base is, do they have the right? They did it.
Yeah.
But is it
right?
Is it okay?
Yeah, is it okay?
Moral?
Especially because it's the Wu-Tang Clan. Why would they? Yes, it makes sense that they would do it.
To screw with.
Yeah.
So, there's that. Let's just move on to SZA. Let's talk about SZA.
Man, I don't know.
A lot less legendary.
Yeah, I mean, she's on the come.
She could be on her way.
She could be on her way. She could be on her way. Oh, did I lose life to my laptop? No. Okay, cool. All right, so no. The first lady of Top Dog Entertainment, which houses Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q, Isaiah Rashad, which I had talked about earlier in the demo runs of Pangea Music. Absol and J-Rock has released her new debut. Some people call it an EP, some people call it an album on the 8th, which was Tuesday. So, unlike her first two EPs, she's actually selling this one.
Yes.
Yeah, she's released the other two on the internet for free. I mean, her approach to music was kind of just like something to do. She's kind of just in her room, just kind of talking with people. And was like, yeah, I'm gonna make some stuff on my laptop, do this and that. And then eventually she picked up steam. People started picking it up. And then she even said, I think in an article with Billboard, she was like, yeah, I didn't realize people really wanted this stuff.
Is that true? No, well, I mean, when you hang out with Kendrick Lamar, you can't just make music.
I mean,
just
it's crazy.
To your job at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Not at this point, guys winning Grammys and whatnot, or nominated for Grammys.
So, I mean, she stepped it up. She's got a lot of good production on this album.
Love
she got production from Mac Miller.
Mac Miller's production is. Let me
it's
just
good.
say that.
I mean,
can we just have an aside from Mac Miller? He started off in one place, kind of as this, and we all know what it was.
Yeah,
I didn't really want to talk about it. but he's become, so mature with his other stuff.
I agree 100%.
And his production is
whether it's under Larry Fisherman or Delusional Tom or whatever his name is. He's very, very weird.
All right, let's get back to it.
Yeah, but you also got production from DJ Dahi, who did the Money Trees beat off Kendrick's album, and the Worst Behavior. There you go. Worst. She's also got production by Emil, who's worked with Kid Cudi and Lana Del Rey, but a lot of his earlier stuff has been with Kid Cudi on some of his mixtapes and his second album. And then Felix Jones. Felix Jones has kind of helped define
her sound.
Yeah. On the second EP, S, it's got a lot of glitter and flair. It's got these really like trap R&B infused beats.
Closer to what she's doing now.
Yeah.
Well, closer to the complete sound of this album.
Yeah. So
that's what I was. This was my first time really looking at SZA stuff. I'd heard some stuff, and it didn't. It must not have been produced by him because I didn't hear. Well, the songs that I particularly heard.
Okay.
Because I didn't feel like it had that same sound, and I was telling you, it sounded like a session. Like, despite these beats being made by 5 different people,
that's
that synth sound, and some of the trap infused, it comes up in a few songs more than others. But I love the kind of low synths. It had that very almost like a Frank Ocean-y, kind of the.
It's crazy how all of these producers, or like whoever's picking and choosing these beats, whether it's her, whether it's someone in her team, it's crazy how all of them are within the same universe. And I know everyone does this when they make their album, but like they all sound like it could have been done by one person, which is kind of crazy. But they all come from really good people, unique people too. You also have Tori Moi producing a track on there too, and he's kind of like he's been like the master of chill wave.
Yeah,
kind of like
he's been
started that
into
phase.
the rap game like a little bit now, which I like. Or
he's the man. He's the man.
I was like I thought of this as a complete kind of opposite, well, not really opposite, but a kind of appendage to the Lord record, because well, the way that the synths are used, I didn't like the Lord record that much personally, but there was a lot of synths, not sample heavy or anything like that at all, and it was this was very synth based as well, but I liked it more. It didn't feel as understated, and SZA really kind of took control of the instrumentals, and lyrically it was strong, really strong.
Yeah,
and a lot of people are gonna miss it the first 2 times around. Continue.
And it also goes back to that conversation we had about kind of like the changing state of R&B. So I guess SZA is kind of just in that vein as well. But what I wanted to ask, do you think she benefits from shacking up with these well-known people? Like, say like you had never heard SZA before, and Kendrick Lamar, he's won a Grammy. Okay. She drops her EP on his label, or the label that he's affiliated with. Do you just go and listen to it based off the strength that she knows? She knows Kendrick Lamar.
Well, I mean, let me talk. I mean, as far as SZA, I had heard of her, and then this album before you, wanted to really bring it to me. I was going to check it out because she's getting a lot of press. I mean, I guess maybe that's so it's kind of part and parcel. I think that's kind of part of the fact that she is with Kendrick Lamar, and that's why she's getting pressed. Yeah. But would I have checked it out otherwise? I might have, but I feel like the Kendrick Lamar cosign is 100% very important.
And then my last point, when you see how she's affiliated herself with Kendrick Lamar and Schoolboy Q when she's signed to that label. We're starting to see now a lot of just kind of hip hop groups. I know you had Wu-Tang Clan, you had Dipset, but now you've got a lot more. You've got Wang's Young Money or Cash Money Records, whatever the case is. You got Drake's OVO XO. You got Kanye West's Good Music. On the more independent side of things, you've got Chance the Rapper's Save Money Crew. You've got Tyler the Creator's Odd Future conglomerate, and then. You've got Joey Badass's Pro Era, unit.
Those young guys. A lot of young guys.
Yeah, a lot of young guys shacking up together, promoting and bouncing energy off of each other. Do you think it really benefits, like a mainstay like Chance the Rapper? Do you think it helps having them, work with one another and kind of just feed off of that buzz?
I think that the audience. Tell them to get in touch with us.
I mean, guys, if you've got an opinion, if you've got something to say, please let us know on our Twitter, on our Facebook.
Also, the blog has been moved to Globesville.com.
Our blog has been moved to Globesville, so you'll see that up there as well. But if you've got an opinion that you'd like to chime in with, just contact us. We'll be more than happy to throw it out to you guys and give you some feedback.
At Globesville.
Yeah. At the Gville.
But I think to your question though. Well, I'll say, like you said, we've had crews for a long time, so I don't think that it's anything new.
It's nothing new,
but I do think in this day of social media that there is a certain continuity to it.
Yeah, is it almost necessary to do it now? Because there's so many artists trying to do the same thing.
And also people, who are smaller at first are trying to build up to start labels, which people have always done, in bands and in rap, people have always started their own labels, and I think that's so important now with revenues falling. It's, I think it's a product of that.
Man, if you're an upcoming rapper, musician, let us know.
Yep, and start making a label because you're going to need it.
Get on that label.
But away from hip hop, Emma.
Moving away from hip hop.
Yes, moving away from hip hop into something which I think is surprisingly popular. Emma,
it's picked up a lot of steam.
Erica M. Anderson is what it stands for. Is a South Dakota native. She burst on the scene in 2011 with her album "Past Lives and Martyred Saints," which is kind of a noise rocky record, grungy at its soul, but it somehow reached number 20 on Billboard's Heat Seeker charts. So there's a sort of appeal there that I've been I've been drawn to it as well. But I mean, I feel like I'm almost a target for that kind of thing. But
I mean, I'm a target for.
So you've heard that. Okay, so straight to you then. Yeah, you're more of a target for that kind of hip hop. What is the appeal of this Emma release? The newest album is called, by the way,
The Future's Void.
And we have it here.
Yeah, we got the cover.
It's called The Future's Void, and this is her wearing a very.
It's the Oculus Rift.
It's the Oculus Rift mask. Whatnot. I need to know more about this.
Well, the Oculus Rift is a 3D gaming device. So basically, virtual reality. Excuse me. Okay. So you put the device on, and then you can play games however you need to. I don't know what games you can play, but you just plug it in and put it on, and boom, you're doing virtual reality.
If anyone out there has any experience with the Oculus Rift, we recently
put it in the comment section, bro.
Put it in the comment section.
Let us know.
And also, I've heard about this 2D Zelda thing, which I thought was scary.
I think they did a mod where you could do that in the Oculus Rift.
Yeah, and it was
crazy,
like 2D,
bro.
and it just sounds terrifying.
It sounds terrifying. I mean, first person anything is terrifying to me.
This is true. So what is the appeal of Emma's sound on the newest album?
Well, I think the appeal is kind of like that New York grunge kind of sound. So I think people are always like looking for it, and she just kind of brought it to the forefront, and then people just kind of latched onto it.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, she did really have like such a boost from the 2011 album, and I was reading Consequence of Sound did a feature on her, and she didn't realize how kind of big it was getting, and she had to like hide out in Portland because she felt like people were really, people expected to go to New York or LA, and
the
she
feds
didn't
watching.
want. So I mean, now the first album was released with a small European label, very limited distribution, and this new one is by Matador, and Matador is an indie powerhouse. They own, I wish Rob was here. They own the Slater Kinney catalog.
Oh man!
Also, he loves this stuff.
Shout out
The Pavement catalog, a lot of '90s.
Cat Power, and Yellow Tango.
So they own a lot of really great catalogs.
Yeah.
So it's not really that surprising that this record has got to where it is, but the music is so kind of it's almost fringe for how it's kind of.
It's got like in the middle of the album when I was listening to it, like the first song "Satellite" kind of reminded me of the St. Vincent album that we had talked about earlier in the year, because they kind of take the same kind of post-internet look.
Yeah, that's true. They're looking at something that appeals to a lot of people outside of this genre. So maybe that's what it is.
And then just to finish my thought, she kind of stays in that that grunge for like the top and the bottom of the record, and then in the middle, she kind of slowly starts to adapt this like kind of slow brooding but pulsing kind of electronic.
Yeah, and that was my worry. I told you that was my worry because "Satellites" was the single. It's the first song on the album, "The Future's Void."
Yeah.
It featured a kind of play that.
Can I play it? I'll play "Satellites" really quickly.
Yeah, "Satellites" featured what I kind of thought of as heavy electronics versus her very guitar-based sound. And I was worried that she was going to slip completely into that, and I was very not pleasantly surprised, but I was so happy that the record kind of has a great balance of both, and it's so strong.
And then for someone like me who isn't truly familiar with all of her stuff, it didn't seem like it was too overbearing, which is nice. She kind of takes that grunge and takes the electronic and kind of just melds them together pretty smoothly. So, I mean, as a listener who's not truly familiar with a lot of grunge music and not a lot of electronic music, I mean, I dabble in electronic music. I dabble in electronic music, but it was a nice record.
Yeah, I dig it a lot, and I was trying to think more about the wider appeal. She kind of we talked about James Blake, something that's kind of undeniable about her approach and about when you hear her music, you kind of can't ignore it. It's not something you can kind of brush off.
Yeah.
So I think that's is that all we got? Right?
I think that is pretty much everything we got. Yeah, we covered SZA, we covered memorabilia, which is crazy.
And
then we talked about.
We're taking a week off.
Oh yeah, next week
we'll be off because we're preparing for a live show here at NYT Sultan Cafe.
Yep, April 24th, 2 Thursdays from now, we'll be in Sultan, giving you a live experience.
Well, between now,
we're gonna give you some details, but we'll keep it on the low. Just be ready.
Now and then, you guys can get in touch with us on Facebook, Globesville.com/Facebook, at Twitter and Instagram. That is at Globesville.
Yeah, man.
Our blog, which is at Globesville.com. You can look for Pangea music.
Just be ready for some interaction. We're gonna hit you guys hard on the Globesville Live on the 24th. We want you guys really just feeding off of us, and we'll feed off of you. So it's gonna be a good time as long as you know.
Shorter show.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a shorter show, but it's gonna be high energy.
Yep.
High energy.
Yeah, let's not give them the details.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll give you that April 24th, Sultan Hall, free hour. Be there, be square, be a loser if you want to, but don't.
Hit us up on MSN Messenger.
Yes, hit us on Facebook Messenger. We're out. That's Ty. I'm Andre. Peace.
Thank you.
Later. My head is so hot.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Can they hear us right now?
Oh,